Welcome back to the Wilderness Podcast. How you guys doing, ladies and gentlemen? Let me get my camera stuff straight. How you guys doing? Yeah, let me get me some new. I'm just trying to get some new angles tonight. So yeah, how we feeling and how we living tonight? Oh shit! Here we go. All right, let's get to it. All right, let me get some stuff straight real quick. Y'all understand how this go? Yeah, we got a great show tonight. Let me change some stuff around real quick because I gotta let me go back to my design because I'm comfortable doing certain things and themes. I need it that way. Yeah, the new America. Stop begging for acceptance. You understand what I'm saying? Stop begging for acceptance. It's cruel to you. Who? You yourself. Yourself and how you refuse to want to you know, be something other than what you're supposed to be. Let me tell you something, man. Like, uh, being a being an orchestrated person is just that, an orchestrated being by your own doing and ruling. Why do I say that? Because who else is orchestrating the party in your mind? Would you allow somebody else to just take so much control and live so deeply into the vessels of yourself? Where's Where's there for you to exist? Don't you have to fill up yourself and make yourself whole? You think about it. Think about how much that makes actual sense. Making yourself whole, making yourself more so of a vessel for people to understand and how to, orchestrate their well-being and who they want to formally be and how they want to be it. Think about that. But we're going to step into it, though. Check it out. All right. Face feel dry. Need more. Okay. All right. We got more. All right. Let's tap into a few things. Like, you know how many people don't understand what America means? So America is truly transforming into something. It's going to have some presences. What's going to exist in the present is what was in the old, the distant past, and the present and the future is going to be something that, again, nobody has ever seen before. Check it out. America's transforming. Who gets to choose the future? The new America, you may not have to beg and be begging for loyalty and shit like that. Like this under this regime, people gonna understand what this shit really mean now. Oh yeah. You're gonna understand what true freedom really is. Check it out. When America transforms, it exposes everything on a global stage. The world has to understand these type of new formalities, new formalities. So I'm gonna take you something. To be honest with you, this show is gonna really be about evolution, not just political or social, but mental and cultural. Mentally and culturally. People naturally form relationships, alliances, communities, partnerships based on shared values, trust, cultures, goals, and understanding. Isn't that right? Right? Okay. Many groups also, many groups throughout the history openly protect their interests, identity, and traditions. The conversation becomes complicated when Marginalized communities ask for the same freedom in self-definition and self-determination. What if communities that are marginalized, meaning the shape of melanated people globally, what if those things were, what if we start demanding things like, self-respect, community building, cultural confidence, cultural confidence, health, not just health, but healthy relationships between one another from the root, masculine and feminine meaning. Okay. Freedom of association with things that you're proud of that doesn't have these hidden agendas. Just being, just being, and excited about just that being, right? So what about and choosing positive alliances that help people grow internally that will exude externally by everyday action, self-governance, figuring shit out, understanding how to perform and do things for yourself and people around you, and you become your greatest self. What's wrong with that? Okay, check it out. What happens when people stop waiting for permission to define themselves? Looking within is far more valuable because that's where it starts. I'm not tricking you, I'm tricking you into looking into you, if anything. But anyway, let's get to the stuff. New America, stop begging for acceptance. America is already changing, whether you know it or not. The influence is already set in globally. Cultures are mixing. Technology connects everybody globally. Yeah, check it out now. The younger generation question old systems. I love it. I love the younger generation questioning all these old raggedy ass systems. But check it out. Traditional power structures are losing control of narratives because they lie. And when the younger generation questions old systems, they knew it wasn't logical. There was no real connection to logic that had to do with an old system like that. And why was it in place? Well, because this is a racism, sexism, uh, uh, just all out hedonism, or what was it? A club? Or why couldn't I? Why couldn't certain people know what certain people didn't even understand? Is that perhaps the issue? You did not want people to know what you didn't understand, because if you known, you had to shown that to the God, you would have set me above you instantly. So you couldn't show me what was mine because I would have instantly gained my goddamn my power, my mind, everything would have. The mind is a very powerful thing. All you got to do is show it to itself, and it will remind itself of self and be just that itself. But let's get into it. I don't think I'm going too far because I got more to say about this. Of course I do. Anyway, let's get into it. People are creating independent identities outside of institutions. That's what I'm telling you. It's called remembrance. They try to put a lot of titles and labels on it. Some people remember it as Sankofa. Some people, the Majara, like Tariq does, the Majara spirit. Not forgetting, understanding, always remembering, always understanding through your DNA. I call it RNA, the remembrance of you is always stored up in you because of what you're able to do. They just don't want you to know what you're capable of. That's why my eyes bleed, because I tell the truth. All right, let's move on. Every group chooses its interest. The first thing people want to do is formulate a group. They need an interest. They want their interest. Specifically, they want their interest. Nations form alliances. Families choose their values, whether they tell you or not. Communities choose leadership. Businesses choose partnerships, and individuals choose relationships. You understand how this goes? That's the actual. Check this out. So, why should people be ashamed of choosing healthy relationships and strong alliances for themselves? Because you have to be smart enough to do so. You have to know how to choose those things, and you have to know how to cultivate those things. But some people want things to be built for them so that they can affiliate themselves with, but not do it for themselves. That's the affliction. But let's carry on. Stop confusing unity with submission. Unity should not mean erasing yourself, is what you bring to the table. Respect should not require self hatred at all. If you're not loved and you have to practice self hate, you're not with the right group. You're not with the right people. You're causing more harm, especially to yourself. Growth should not require surrendering your identity. You should figure out for yourself how to formulate your system of peace for you without harming other people, especially groups outside of you. Deal with the people within your group and find out the systems that are suitable for you. Everything does not consult to a war. It consults with peace and how to exchange properly within those same perspectives. Peace, peace and prosperity. So real unity happens when people respect themselves first. You have to figure that out. Think about it. Let's be clear. People are tired of performative narratives from especially rappers, rappers and actors. You do not live in a, you rap about how rich you are, but want to be a normal person so you can easily tell a person how to kiss your ass real quick and talk about how you don't have to do this. Well, that's simple. Don't. Just like that. Just don't. If you ain't for it, if you can't take the shit, don't do it. Anyway, let's be clear. Meaning, before, because I said that shit and I meant it for real, and I'm gonna double down on it. Because the media manipulates shit. You know they do. And a lot of people love political theater. So media manipulation, political theater, and your way of trying to be a champion. See, some people become circus clowns. The problem with entertainers is when you're controlled by an apparatus and you have to choose. Maybe not. I guess we all do, right? I mean, nobody's better than the other, especially when you exist in my world. I can't even disclose the whole ordeal of my identity simply because, hey, people work, people have jobs. But you have to be intelligent, and sometimes people slip into other places that they don't want to go. But when it comes to entertainers, man, you can't make music and act like you exist on other sides of any equation. You exist in a space in a space that doesn't really have anything to do with your status at all. You don't identify, or do you? Can you? Sure, you can. But if you really do, it's better than just eating and communing with people. It takes more than that. See, people have different perspectives and different ways of struggle. It's called that middle class. That class that you never address. That's the class that you don't identify with because that's what you really exist and love. But it's hard out here being middle class. Middle class got a damn near get rich now, and you know it. So that's what you call fake activism. Oh, yes, this, that, and the third, because you want to keep your sales up and be within the people. Yeah, okay, that's just fake activism, man. That's all it really is. And then, it's selective outrage. You're not struggling, but you feel the people so much, you want them to keep buying your albums and you want to keep making your private deals, but still got fake outrage and selective outrage and all of that shit too. And so how do the people increasingly distrust institutions? Because you keep creating institutions that have sponsors, just like government agencies. They become just what they are, corporations. Everybody understands how it works. It's just the corporations are slow thinking that those whole things, that those whole apparatuses actually determine those things. And then the thing is, they put media apparatuses. Let's keep going into it. We got somewhere to go with this. So it's called how people are starting to understand how to do this thing called self-determination and understanding how powerful it is. So self-determination is very powerful. And that's why they set these cultivations in tiers, if you understand what I'm saying. They set cultivations in tiers because they do it like this. They like, check it out. So they focus on constructs or ideas like education and if you are cultivated or if you are specific into being educated on that type of level, then that's what you're going to get. Then they're going to get economics. Who's economically inclined to the ideology? So it's a whole system that's built in education, economics, mental discipline, health, ownership, family structure, and building meaningful relationships. Now, these things have nothing to do with history at all. They just have to do with an ideology in a system and also what's available. Mind you, it always has to be what's available. So, what you got? Again, education, economics, mental disciplines, health, ownership, family structure, and building meaningful relationships. That's a community for real. That's a real community. When you have those things, you have an organized, real community, people that got each other backs, and they put their minds and their energies and their efforts behind their money, and they cover a cultivate each other. Strong people, let me explain something to you. The strongest people are the people who know who they are and they have agendas. Let's be real clear. Let's be honest and real clear about that shit. Let's be. See, let me explain something to you. America is transforming in real time. The old systems, the old narratives, the old expectations are cracking. And people everywhere are realizing that they don't have to live somebody else's definition anymore. They don't have to do it. They don't give a shit. So every culture chooses to benefit them. Every nation chooses allies. Every family chooses values. So when some families choose, or surrender to, they always compromise who they are just to exist. In some instances, how is that even fathomable? But check it out. On the Willis podcast, now we're talking about freedom of identity, freedom of relationships, freedom of alliances, and freedom of and how it happens when people finally decide to choose their own future. You understand that? Choosing your own future. But choosing your own future, again, cannot be rooted in false narratives, false cultural intrinsicness, and acting as if America's needed any outside influences. I'm gonna leave you with this. I don't want to run you too long, but I'm gonna leave you with this. Why are Black Americans the center people of what you would call, yeah, that beautiful thing called blackness? We've done the work, we've shown our value, and we've also always have shown you our distinction. You can't capitalize on our greatness, but we would like to know where you come from, if you know. And we love the ones that do. But you other folks, man, I mean, you got to be careful because there are a whole type of. We're relying on you too to know what you offer in the West so we can unite. You don't have to cosplay, but you can appreciate where you are. We love the West. We love where people are from. We love Honduras. We love Colombia. We love the West. Be proud. Be gracious. But don't be deceptive, deceitful, and evil, disruptive, and despicable because you want to destroy the legacy that's here. We see colonization and that apparatus is still alive, but it can't exist when we still rocking with ourselves and what we know who we are and how we getting down. So we appreciate you for tuning into the Wilderness Podcast. We love you. I'm gonna do more book sharing next time, but I had a special show for you tonight. Just the communication, the new America. Stop begging for acceptance. We don't have to. I'm worn. I'm here. Uprooted. Everybody melanated ain't from Africa. We love you. This is Willis Podcast. I'll holler at you. And we appreciate you. We appreciate you guys and we love you so much. Amalgamation melanin may be up and down, down and up. Ecclesiastes says there's nothing new under the sun. We'll holler at you guys. We love you and we appreciate you. This is Willis Podcast. Don't forget, go to willispodcast.com. Go check out the merchandise and go purchase something, man. You know, support the Willis Podcast. That's how you can do it. Let me know if you can. But anyway, that way we can, let you know how we're trying to get down. But anyway, I need you to send me an email at willispodcast@gmail.com. Let me know if you have a problem purchasing the merchandise. I'm seeing I'm getting a lot of hits. And if you got a problem with it, let me know so I can get that corrected and fixed. But anyway, I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you so much for tuning into the Willis Podcast. And once again, you know this is my favorite part of the show, right? The wheel is yours. Be cool, be easy. I'm grateful, and I love you guys too. Be cool. And don't forget, we changing. Be aware of the change.